breakup letter. Africa's done playing nice. 3 African countries just wrote themselves a national anthem. Together, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are becoming one nation. Wait, what? Like, while the whole world was getting their head wrapped around Donald Trump and Elon Musk's tweet, Africa is rewriting an entire playbook. What you are about to see in the next few minutes will question everything you think you know about power, respect, and who is really calling the shots on the planet. Recently, an increasing number of you have been telling me in the comment section that we should start a weekly recap of the hot stories within the week. And so we are starting right now. June 5th, 2025, 3 presidents walked into a room. Sounds like a joke, right? Wrong. Burkina Faso's president, along with the leaders of Mali, Niger, just announced they are creating a joint national anthem, unified military command, and moving towards a single nation. Think about that for a moment. 3 countries, 1 flag, 1 army, 1 vision. Combined, this nation will control territory larger than Africa's largest economic power, Nigeria, with a population of over 72 million people. Of course, this is about unity in Africa, but there is something much more bigger. It's about Africa's middle finger to the old colonial playbook. These are the same countries that kicked out French troops, told the Americans to pack their bags, and said, "We will handle our own security, thank you very much." Now they are going nuclear, politically speaking. Speaking about middle fingers, Botswana just wrote the breakup letter of the century. President Duma Gidio stood up and said, "No diamond leaves this country raw. All will be cut and polished here. No copper concentrate will be exported without local value addition." Botswana just broke up with the entire Western mining industry via press conference on live television. And you know who is not laughing? The BS, Anglo-American. All those companies that have been shipping raw diamonds out of Africa for decades, while Africa get paid in peanuts. But here is the beautiful part. Botswana learned this from our youngest president, Ibrahim in Burkina Faso. Traoré said, "We know how to mine our gold, and I don't understand why we are going to let multinationals come and mine it." Now Botswana is singing the same song. This is contagious, people. Resource nationalism is spreading across Africa like wildfire. Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, and now Botswana. The colonial extraction model is dying, and some very powerful people are not happy about it. And this brings us to our next story. Ghana decided to make friends with the Sahel states, that is Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, and America decided to punish them for that. April 2025, the US State Department raised Ghana's travel advisory from level 1 to level 2. Their reasons? Threat against women travelers and increased risk in the northern regions. Funny timing though. This happened right after Ghana's new president appointed a new ambassador to the AES countries, that is the Sahel states, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Ghana gave an ambassador to this confederation and started making high-profile visits to Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. President Mahama said, "We must respond not with isolation or recrimination, but with the understanding, dialogue, and the willingness to listen and engage." So what's the translation of this? We are going to be friends with whoever we want to be friends with. But here's what is really happening behind the scenes. The AES countries are using Ghanaian ports for their imports now. They are building trade routes that bypass traditional Western control channels. Ghana is increasingly becoming the gateway of the new Sahel superstates, and that terrifies certain people in certain capitals. Do you really want to know who is winning here? The dock workers at the Tema port, the small businesses supplying goods to these 3 growing economies. But there is more. The US just banned Chadians entering America, and the Chadian president said, hold my beer. Tit for tat, it's a fair game. I won't beg the US president to let Chadians back into the US. Did this man just say tit for tat? I'm done here. But seriously, Chad just banned all US citizens from entering Chad and also cancelled the visas of those living in Chad. Now here's where it gets spicy. Chad has been expressing interest in joining the AES bloc, that is the Sahel bloc. You know, that same group that is forming a superstate and asking Western powers to take a hike. You see the pattern? 1. Country gets closer to AES. 2. Western power applies pressure. 3. Country doubles down and gets even more closer to AES. You see, this isn't just about visas, it's about something far bigger. It's about dignity, about being treated as equals rather than subordinates. But wait, there is more chaos brewing. Togo is erupting. People are in the streets protesting 50 years of father-sons ruling. The same family has been in power since the 1960s. Meanwhile, there is mystery in Togo's gold markets. The UAE said they bought Togolese gold for a total of about $2.65 billion in 2024. By Togolese official records, only $882 million of gold revenue was recorded. And here is the kicker. While all this is happening, China just gave 38 countries visa-free entry to China. We are talking about Brazil, Uruguay, Croatia, Bulgaria, etc. Now guess who didn't make the list? Every single African country. Every single one. Now this is the same China that has been talking about South-South cooperation and African brotherhood for decades. Even Burkina Faso is saying enough is enough by bringing traditional medicine to hospitals. Traoré said African culture has existed for thousands of years, and these drugs, it's like the whole African continent just woke up one morning and decided to stop apologizing for being African. Do you really want to know what's happening here? These aren't 8 random stories. This is one story told 8 different ways. Africa is done playing the game by other people's rules, done being grateful for scraps, done accepting disrespect as diplomacy. The AES is forming a superstate. Botswana is demanding resource nationalization. Ghana is choosing its own friends. Chad is serving diplomatic revenge, and the Togolese people are demanding change. Even China's visa snub is backfiring because it is showing Africans exactly where they stand in Beijing's hierarchy. Now here is what history books won't tell you. We are watching the end of colonial economic model in real time. The extraction is stopping, the exploitation is ending, the begging is over. But here is the question that should keep you up at night. What happens when 1.4 billion people decide they are done being taken for granted? What happens when the continent that feeds the world, powers the world, and builds the world decides to keep those benefits for itself? Because that's what's happening right now while you are watching this video. The map is not just being redrawn. The entire game is changing, and for the first time in centuries, Africa is holding the pen. The question isn't whether Africa will rise. The question is whether the rest of the world is ready for what comes next. Same time next week, we will see who blinks first.